Hello, this is Damin from You Can Be Yourself here, and this is the last episode of 2025, episode 10. It's not your passion if it doesn't bring results. Now, I'm going to start by saying that this episode isn't for you if you're not looking for your passion or don't care to. This is for the people who are either confused by their passion, looking for what they really want to do, trying to fight that inkling of passion because it doesn't make sense realistically, or even utilizing their passion into their career and life and want to expand further in it. I've been realizing how many people mention their passion as if it's something they're not allowed to pursue, or that it's not practical or realistic. It made me think about that a lot because for me, I recently figured out where my passion aligns with the practical jobs I've been searching for. It doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same industry at first, but I believe your passion lies in the concept of what you want to achieve more than the specific job position or industry. For example, my quote unquote passion is learning and becoming my fulfilled self by sharing my knowledge in terms of what has helped me and what has made my life easier over the course of my 30 plus years of life. I'm not sure if this necessarily leads to me wanting to help people, but more wanting to be there for others and learn how to be there for myself when possible, and putting myself out there up to my boundaries. For example, my interest since young was fine arts, thinking that's my passion. But when the time came for me to have to choose a major, I picked a slightly more realistic route that involved graphic design and marketing, which wasn't the worst choice, but while studying and looking for jobs in that field, I basically turned away from that passion of fine arts that I used to have. Then I got burnt out because it all just simply became a job to do. It wasn't building a career for me because of this lack of underlying genuine passion for this job. I became tired all the time and lost motivation, and I couldn't see my future in it. I didn't even think I was that good at it anymore, which led me to a state of constant stuck feeling, leading to anxiety, insecurity, and laziness. I had to do something to change that. I let myself go for a bit though, hitting low points and not knowing how I would earn more money in this. I wasn't doing anything to further my skill sets or anything. But after going through that time period for maybe a few months, it finally led me to really think about myself. What do I want to do? What am I good at? When do I feel the most part of myself? What do I enjoy doing? What makes me feel the most good? And I realized that's what I cared about the most is to feel good about what I do. Then, when I made a list of things that made me feel good about myself in the past, they all came down to this one concept of learning, sharing, giving, and bringing people together, which to me led to the ultimate goal to live well. Then I combined that with my creative side that I have fun with, which directed me to want to switch my career path to the art industry instead of the commercial based industry, where I can work with artists who I love to support, host events and bring people together, find ways to outreach and network to facilitate connections, and make my way into the high value community where I could also meet more people I could learn from. Of course, it didn't go as smooth and quickly as I just stated, but when I look back today, I was able to even get to where I am today, even just 2 years in the industry, already been promoted once, being the most confident I've ever been in terms of career, all led by finding my true passion. And now, even though it's still just the beginning, instead of getting more anxious or scared of what's next, I'm excited about what will be next, what more I would have achieved, how much I would have grown next year, in 5 years, in 10 years, and more. Then I mix in my affirmations in present tense as if I have already achieved my desired goals and placing these goals in a mental place. There is a technique called the Method of Loci, invented by Greek poet Simonides. I hope I'm saying it right. This was to help with memorization, but this is proven to also help rewrite your subconscious. So here are the steps. First, pick a familiar place, like home or route you know. Second, assign each part of your life a physical location, like the career part goes to the office, the relationship part goes to the bedroom. Health goes to the garden or gym or backyard. Wealth goes to the kitchen. Purpose goes to the living room or something like that that makes sense to you in your head. By doing this, spatial anchors turn vague goals into solid places in your mind. Third, visualize the moment you completed a goal, the moment you're taking the next step, the moment you're doing something that you want to happen. Fourth, you walk through this place in mind as if it already belongs to you. Now, the fun part, walk through this place in your mind and start designing. In the office, you're feeling that leather chair in your hand, looking out at a view of your ideals, a drink of your choice in your hand, seeing all the work on your walls and desk that's been completed, listening to the music of your choice, wearing a specific colored gown or a clothing of your choice, smiling to your partner or friend or anyone who you love walking into the room to congratulate you. Be specific. Our brain cannot resist this level of specificity. Then do the same for each room. Walk in and visualize that peak moment you want to get to in each room, meaning in each sector of your life. Then the cool part is the more you do this, this now becomes a memory in our brain. The mind doesn't distinguish imagination from lived experiences when the spatial detail is so strong. The more you practice this, the more you don't have to try to visualize this. Spatial memory is the strongest form of memory. Then your goals become unforgettable. The more you walk the same spatial mental path, your identity starts shifting. You begin acting like the version of you who lives in that space. You speak differently, dress differently, and make different choices. Your behavior aligns with the person you keep meeting in these rooms, which is yourself when you have achieved a goal. This works because you're no longer hoping for your goals. You're now visiting them each time, repeatedly, physically in your mind. Your brain is being trained to believe, I've already been there. The brain believes in places more than words. Give your goals a location, and they become destinations. Your subconscious will follow the architecture you create. Does this make sense? I know everyone is in a different position where you might say, yeah, but I have to make money. I don't have time for all that. Mind you, I did all this inner mental work while working my past jobs as well. This isn't something where you need to sacrifice anything. True passion doesn't make you have to sacrifice anything because it won't feel like a sacrifice when you know for sure what you're working towards. The baby steps you take when you have any inkling of what you want to do, first, think about what makes you want to do that. What is the deeper reason that makes you want to do something that you're afraid of trying or even pursuing? I truly believe in the phrase it's never too late. Who is to tell you that? Yourself? Of course, there can be a better timing for things, but you can always start by thinking in your head. Find what it is for yourself and move the way to get to that passion a bit closer each day. It takes self awareness and discipline for sure, which isn't something that comes every day, but trust me and start thinking about this on your own comfortable time. The clearer your passion becomes, the more you will know what to do next. It could be getting a new job, finding new events to attend, asking for coffee with someone when you normally don't do that, finding books to read that relate to your passion subject to learn more about it, or even finding Instagram pages that relate to your passion. Just anything. There are full of resources today that you can help yourself with. Then the next steps will get a bit easier the more you have worked towards your passion, because then you will have paved your own road that aligns naturally. This may sound overwhelming right now, but just think about it. This isn't a task anyone's telling you to do. There's no deadline. The only deadline should be for yourself to form that makes sense to your schedule and your bandwidth to take that on. Like I'm doing this podcast to add to my passion in a completely different way than the art career I'm building. And I'm feeling proud and good about myself each episode I get to share with you because I genuinely enjoy doing this. The reasons could be my self satisfaction of execution, the excitement of planting the opportunity seed putting myself out there can bring, the thrill of overcoming the possible risk to be judged or hated, or to simply yap, honestly. If anyone noticed, I have not been consistent with this podcast nor posting on Instagram about it to get it going. But I kept doing it when it felt right to do it because I also want this to remain genuine to myself as well, not make it into another task to do. When it comes from your heart, it will touch somebody, and that somebody can touch another person. And that's how you bring results not only to yourself, but also to others as well. If you have listened to me until now, thank you so much. I hope this brought you some food for thought. I'm doing this for myself equally as well as for anyone listening. My goal is to bring people together that align with me and to share each other's tips and advice to further fulfill ourselves. It was an up and down journey with my first season starting this podcast, and I'm excited to see what more is to come from this now on. Please feel free to email me at youcanbeyourselfhere@gmail.com or comment below, or DM me via Instagram with the same handle. Thank you.